What is going on, people? What is happening? Welcome to McLaren Fan TV. I know what you're thinking. What the hell is going on? It's Monday. Yes, it is Monday, 7 p.m. We've had to kick off this time because your boy is away. I'll be away from tomorrow. In fact, from tonight, I'll be away. So, yeah, I thought we'll get the episode done earlier. McLaren Fan TV, as you know it, with my host, the big man, the big dog himself, Mahad. What's going on, G?
I'm all good, thank you. I'm all good. Shout outs to everybody here. You must be thinking, why am I wearing shades? I'm dressed in all black. We all dressed in black as well. We are at the funeral of this year's McLaren, the 2022 McLaren. I don't want to ever see that car again.
It's time to put it to bed, isn't it?
It's time to put it to bed. We don't need to see that, guys. We saw the brake issues. We saw the no pace. We just saw the suffering.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And now we don't need to see it anymore.
We don't need to see it anymore. And in the words of Toto Wolff, you know what I'm saying? We should put that MCL 36 at reception in Woking, just so that every time you walk past it in the morning, you know how bad it can get. It's not always that bad.
Put that right outside the MTC.
Do you know them ones? Oh, my God. Thank God this season is finally done and over. Thank God.
I feel like this is like a turning of a new page, especially tomorrow. We've got Piastri in the car.
What did you think? What did you think seeing him in the outfit? What did you think of him in the outfit today? He suits it a little bit, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, obviously Danny Ricciardo had his last race weekend with McLaren. Emotional end for him, because I don't know if you heard the team radio at the very end where they said sort of thank you. He had the picture on the dashboard, and you know, you could hear he was emotional. You could tell he'd been welling up, and it was one of those ones where it's like, you know what, like I don't want to kick him out or boot him out, but you know what I'm saying, he had to go, and yeah, it's a shame how it ended.
It's a shame how it ended, but I actually saw what made him tear up. Because they told him to put like some certain like inputs into the steering wheel, right?
Yeah.
And if you see on our Twitter account today, you can see the screenshot of his steering wheel, and it's a picture of the Monza celebration.
Yes.
Which is a nice touch that they programmed that into the steering wheel. You get me?
It's a lovely touch. Yes. Make sure at McLaren Fan TV on the Twitter, yeah, as you can see it right down there, down below. But yeah, it was a nice touch. It was a nice touch indeed. I mean, you know what? I even forgot about the results of the weekend. The fact that both McLaren qualified in Q3, the fact that both McLaren's got double points. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those where, because it's like a season review, isn't it? Usually after the Abu Dhabi, nobody reviews the race. They review
you look at it on the whole, right?
So yeah, exactly. You just look at it as a whole. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's one of those where when I sort of look back at the results and I was like, actually, do you know, we had a good weekend. We had a decent weekend.
No, we had a decent weekend, and we gained positions from the qualifying positions as well. When you think about
which is good.
Daniel had a really solid race as well. Didn't even lose it on the last couple of corners against Vettel.
Yeah.
Just bring it home, steady.
He brought it home,
and Lando obviously got an advantage when Hamilton's car went out.
Yeah,
randomly slapped on got the fastest lap. Not even like, you know how usually some people get fastest lap because they go put a softs on at the end.
Yes,
and put a lap in. This guy just randomly got fastest lap for no reason.
There you go.
On strategy.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones where, like, you know, we out of nowhere, it seemed like, you know, our race was kind of quiet. Do you know what I'm saying? Big up to everybody that was at the Quick Stop Live. We were there, you know, yesterday during the live stream. It was big up to everyone that was there. And like, our race was kind of minimal. Do you know what I'm saying? There was little time on Norris, little time on Danny Rick. It was all about this P2 battle. And, you know, Verstappen was already in Damascus by the time we'd got to the final lap. So, you know, it was one of those where it was quite it wasn't necessarily anything to talk about. But then as you look at the results, you think, hang on, this has not been bad.
To be fair, hasn't this been the kind of thing all season, especially with Norris, where he's far ahead of the guys that he's in front of, and he's too far back from the other guys. So he must be the loneliest man in F1. He's not racing anybody. He's just by himself.
No doubt about it. He must be the loneliest man in F1 because this has been the story of the season, as you've mentioned, for sure, especially for Lando Norris. He's had the same race more or less all season. So, which, a credit to Lando Norris. I mean, we got to big up our drivers a little bit because, how Lando Norris finishes, what is it, P7 in the constructors, and like clear as well, both Alpine drivers. The fact that the constructors, we finished 5th. I mean, look, we lost out to Alpine, but pure on the basis that 2 things. Alpine's car was actually bloody quick. Our car was terrible. And we had 1.5 driver, really and truly, for the season. So, at the end of the day, I feel like, okay, we could we just lick our wounds and we crack on for next season. I mean, I've never been more excited for next season as I am now. So, I'm looking forward.
We ended up on 159 points to 173. So, we did lose that. And I feel like, do you know where we kind of lost it? It was that middle period, between. Do you know what you was right about? There's certain weekends we left with 0 points. We had no points. So we know that period of time when it was like Canada, that was 0 points. Miami was a howler, absolute howler. 0
Miami
points.
stank.
Spa, we had no points. We were just slow. We had no points there. Bahrain, we don't want to speak on that. Yeah. So we had a couple of weekends where we left with absolutely nothing. Yeah. And that was just based on pure pace. Like Alpine, when we talk about, okay, they would have a 1 DNF here and there, each car, but they would always bring points home. At least one of the guys, like big points. You understand what I'm saying? So when I think about the double DNS for them or the times that they were just rubbish, was looking Monza, Singapore, that's about it. Every weekend they would get solid amount of points. And they would get we're not talking like small points. They'll get like 10 points, 14 points. We would leave with 8 and 6 here and there, and that's just because Lando finished 7th. You get me?
Yeah, exactly. And it's the case where that's one thing that McLaren have to sort out in the winter is the pace. We must sort this pace out. I mean, and not even just the pace, because both drivers, correct me if I'm wrong, they find the car difficult to drive. Even though Norris is squeezing everything he can out of that, I feel like he still even feels like the car isn't great, even though he's done everything he can to get points and valuable points at that.
He said it was a horrible car. What can you do?
Yeah,
you take what you're given, and I think I don't know if anybody in the crowd or anybody like that saw this article. I don't even know if you saw this article. Like Seidel was talking in depth about this year kind of exposed the weaknesses in the actual team in terms of the team setup. Because when we did have issues, like let's say, for example, the brakes and stuff like that, we didn't have the personnel to resolve them. We just didn't have the staff. Because we went through a period of time where we just cut in stuff. We didn't have any staff. So if we're looking at the kind of resources that Mercedes, Red Bull, Ferrari have, they've just got so much staff members. And obviously everybody took their cuts because of the cost cap and stuff like that. But we were already shy of workers anyway prior to the cost cap.
Yeah.
So these are the things that like leave you behind, because Alpine probably got more staff than us at the end of the day.
Oh, quite comfortably. Yeah, quite comfortably.
We're working on a shoestring. We're not working on a shoestring budget anymore, but we're very much on a recovery stage. And I think everything that's outside of a car being fast, I think we did well this season. If we're looking at the season on a whole, I think pit stops are fantastic. Strategy most of the time going on point. There was a couple blips here and there, like Baku, where they didn't decide who's going to be the front runner there, and they just didn't.
Yeah.
And when we retrospectively look at that now, Baku was they already made the decision on Ricciardo. So before you would think, oh, why are they favoring Norris in that scenario? Or why they didn't want to favor Norris? It's just because they didn't really want to give up the fact that they've given up on Ricciardo. They don't want to let Ricciardo know. So it's a weird one, and I feel like we need to sort that out later on down the line. But everything else, I think, just strategy in general. I think we scored a lot of points in scenarios where we shouldn't have scored points,
and that's a positive. That's a positive that we were able to, when there was no chance or when there was slim chance, we did grab quite a few. At the end of the day, you said 159 points, which doesn't sound like a lot to sing about when you consider Red Bulls were on 700,
Yeah,
plus.
759.
It's not long to sing and dance about, but it's still incredible because Alpine, yes, okay, they're in the water, they 170 in the end, yeah,
173.
Then it shows you that we took it to the last two races.
Actually, it might be more than that. I
don't know, because Alonso retired.
Let me put the Formula One beside, because I'm doing this from my mind. I could be living.
I've got the app open here. I've got the app open. Yeah, you're spot on. Alpine 173, McLaren 159.
That's from the brain, guys. I didn't
off the dome.
Off the dome. I didn't even check that before coming on here.
But Lando Norris, for example, got 30 points more than Esteban Ocon in 8th.
But he's
got 30 points
right now. I think he's better than Ocon. So that's just a given.
That's just
Alonso kind of got shagged. I think it would have been. Let's say we had equal pace cars and Alonso didn't have all them DNFs. I think it would just be a battle between him and Norris.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we got this wind tunnel, this new tunnel that we're building.
Yeah.
How soon are we expecting it to be active, and how soon are we expecting to see some sort of results?
So, I heard news that it kind of been delayed. They've in terms of like they wanted it for the summer, by summer break next year, and it's looking like it's going to be towards the end of the year. But that doesn't really matter because that wind tunnel is going to be used for the season after, right? 2024.
Sure, 24. Yeah.
So how is we've done well with what we've had right now. I think like even this weekend we had improved pace because we had that new floor, that kind of Ferrari looking floor. So the fact that we're even doing experiments now for next season kind of makes me think, okay, we're thinking far into the future now, and hopefully we're not wasting testing this year on some random brake issue, because that kind of put us on the back foot. So
it would have done. Yeah.
So basically, there's been a lot of things that have been out over the last week that's been really interesting about McLaren, and it's kind of like the wind tunnel. Yes, we need that, but it's not going to really affect next season anyway. And it's really more about just getting the drivers to gel together and getting all the stuff that we've refined over last season even better. So when we're in this situation where it's kind of exactly what Red Bull did, because Red Bull, they kind of knew for years, okay, we're not in a situation where we're going to win a title here. We'll win a race here and there, but we have to make sure our strategy's on point, our pit stops on point, stuff like that. So when we do have the car, we can cook.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're very much at that stage. The first bit of that stage is to have a car that can win a race here and there. Same way Red Bull could win a race here and there. Obviously, Mercedes was dominating, but we need to be able to, when Mercedes F up, to eat that opportunity. You get me?
To pounce.
And hopefully that'll be maybe Red Bull. That's the top guys, and we're taking them out. So we're preparing for the title charge in like 2025, 2026.
Yeah.
Or when 2026, when the new regs for new engine regs come out and stuff like that, and preparing yourself for that. I'm assuming by 2024 we have to be that guy that's winning the odd race here and there, similar to like Ferrari this year.
So what are you saying next year then? Are you saying we're having a similar season in 2022?
Yeah, I definitely think we're having a similar season, but we're having a better pace car. If we can, if I'm prudent, I'd say podiums. Aim for podiums. We need to have more than one. The fact that we got one slow ass car is a testament to itself.
Especially because nobody else did it. Especially because no other team did it this year.
100%. And look. Retrospectively, when you think about it, we have outperformed a lot for the last couple of years. People may think, oh, McLaren has gone downhill from, I don't know, 2019. What was that season where we finished third? Was it 2019 or 2020? 2020. 2020.
Oh, 2020. Yeah, 2020. Because that was.
So people might think, oh, look, you guys were third in the championship 2020. Yeah. We were only in these positions, like third and fourth and stuff like that, because of other teams' failings. So Racing Point bottled it. And we didn't bottle. We were just consistent enough to be able to do that and get into those positions. 2020 as well. Think about it. Like Ferrari, they got nuked. If Ferrari were just a competent, if Ferrari didn't get nuked by the regs, they would have smoked us. We would have be nowhere near third. You know what I'm saying? So it's just good fortune that we've been in that position. People think it's based on like pace merit. It wasn't on pace merit at all. It was more the failings of other teams and us being smart enough to take advantage of those situations.
Interesting. I felt like in 2020, I felt like I did think we overachieved in 2020, but I thought like we were heading up that direction anyway. Like we were going in that direction. Whereas since 2020, especially at the end of last year, it felt like, we've taken a couple of steps back. It felt like, we moved steps forward in 2020, and it's like we're taking a couple of bit back. Like 2019 was good in the end, and then 2020 I thought was brilliant. I mean, you look at the amount of podium finishes we had. We shouldn't have been anywhere near it. So it's interesting that you're looking at it as it's other teams' failings as opposed to McLaren on a trajectory.
I think McLaren showed that. Look, everything else apart from the car and the finance at that time was good. We've got the infrastructure, not the infrastructure in terms of building the car stuff like that. I'm talking about we've got the team there and the driver talent there to do what we need to do to overperform in that scenario. But you know what it is? It's like, let me give you a football scenario. It's kind of like, when Leicester won the league and the other teams were underperforming.
Yeah,
Leicester won the league on merit and stuff like that, but you have to take into account other teams weren't back. They weren't doing their job that they were supposed to do. And that's how I see how I see it. Like, see it as us overperforming doesn't mean other teams weren't underperforming.
Sure, both can be true, isn't it?
Both can be true at the same time, and I think the fact that you consistently overperform is a good sign. It's still made progress and proper. Like, the main area in Formula One that you want to see progress in is like driver performance and operational performance, right? Like, just as a team, like, are we operating correctly? Like, Ferrari does not operate correctly as a team, like, on the wall, no matter what. It's so weird because their team behind closed doors that make the car and stuff like that, they do their job most of the time, but then the other guys on the pit wall mess about and mess the whole thing up. We've got a situation where it's the other way around, where we've got guys that are on point in the car, and we got one guy was on point in the car, and then we got
and
we've got the strategy and pit crew especially that are doing their job correctly, and we just don't have the car underneath us. So it's really about just marrying things up together, and it's really about evaluating what we got right now and how we move forward with it. Because Seidel said improving on fifth is difficult without a wind tunnel, man. People have got more facilities than you, man.
Well, they'll be under pressure next season, that's for sure. To see 2024 is when the heat is on. That's for sure.
Heat is on. If you're not winning races in 2024, it's a problem.
McLaren fans will be royally on it. Just want to give a shout out to everybody that's watching the video right now. Please do smash a like button as well. Subscribe to the channel. And please make sure you tell a McLaren fan about this channel. This channel is all about McLaren fans. That's who we want to see and talk about. Should we get into the comment section?
Yeah, go on.
All right, Scoop on Football kicks us off. Big up yourself. Says, wow, liking Mahad's get up.
Yeah, we're at the funeral of this car.
We're at the funeral today.
Funeral of this car. This car is not good.
The car is not good. It's going in the bin. And let's see. We might have to. There may be another car part. You know what? Next year might just be the MCL 36B. If you're gonna wait for like a wind tunnel, like a proper thing, you might as well just.
Well, bring out the same car.
Well, you might as well. Do you know what I mean? Tell me, like,
I said it's a Ferrari thing.
If you bring out
Ferrari used to do that, bring out the car in the summertime.
Yeah, Red Bull did it in the pandemic, didn't they? I swear 2020 was like a 0.2 of one of the old 16s or something, like RB16 or something like that. So I don't see why not. Oxydriss says Lando needs the machinery. Listen, we are on the same place. We do not disagree there, no doubt at all. TSJ, awesome. Big up yourself. Thanks for coming back on the channel. As Lando suggested in his post-race interview, the fastest lap clearly showed we had the quickest car this weekend. Complete optimism, but hopefully that is the case next season. I mean, for Lando to be that optimistic, where are you?
I don't know. I need to see this quote. I didn't see that. Obviously,
I've got to see this.
I didn't see it in the post interviews. But if he's, do you know what? I say the new floor worked. It was quick.
Mate,
quick.
as we
quality
said,
were like Like what? A 10th of Mercedes.
Yeah, just a 10th. And to think, we were actually, like we said, we had a good weekend in terms of finished, Q3, two cars in Q3, and then two cars in the points.
Imagine where Ricardo would have been if he didn't have that free grid place.
That penalty. Yeah, exactly. It's true. I'm intrigued to hear that Lando interview. Latifi is more lonelier than Norris. This is what we were mentioning earlier. Dude is 15 seconds behind 19th place, then retires. Listen, Latifi levels, that's another one that's out of here that we are happy to see.
Latifi has left our sport.
He has left. Well, let's see. You never know. He might end up in Formula E. He's going to be in a Formula E or something.
I'm hearing IndyCar. IndyCar, wow. Don't take him, man.
Wow, you'll be mad to take him. Canadian Gringo, big up yourself, says, what's up, boys? He says, Danka Seb, yep, Sebastian Vettel in and out. It was a bit of a he didn't seem emotional or anything. It just seemed like, you know what, he feels comfortable with his decision. He's happy and he's moving on. He'll be back though. I'm almost certain.
He's had Lawrence Stroll giving him dirty looks all year. He's out of it.
He's out of it. My head's looking like Arnold. He goes on to say, I said, I'll be back in it. I see. Oxy just says, did you man see Alonso moving into the Aston Martin garage with all his stuff right after the race? Man didn't even wait. He's dying to get out of that team. Of course he was.
Man, did you hear what Alonso been saying? What a season. What a season. Man said, I've never seen someone. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, back in the day where man were getting like 7 DNFs in a row. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, but modern times to get this many DNFs is insane.
Weird, isn't it?
Even for us, he didn't get this many DNFs for us in the season.
Do you remember our seasons? Man,
our seasons, he'll be like running like 6 in Monaco, and his car just packs in. Bro, like, why are you even 6 in Monaco with a McLaren?
Imagine we did McLaren Fan TV then. During those dark days,
I would be paid every.
It's a funeral on a weekly basis.
Van
Nate says a good season. LOL. I think he's laughing. I think you must have mentioned that we had a good season, and sort of in retrospect.
No, I don't think it's a good season.
I don't think it's a good season.
I just think it's reflective of where we are. It's being realistic in it.
I just feel like we've done well to be where we are. Considering both, how the car is and where we actually finished, like how close we were to fourth, the fact that Lando finished above both Alpine drivers, like that should not be slept on. He's one of the drivers of the season. He's top 3, as we mentioned last week.
Big man thing, yeah. We were in a fight with 2 people with 1 man.
Exactly.
I don't think you guys are deep in it, man.
They won't understand.
1 man up.
Do you know what the
people for 1 driver? Imagine we had a second driver that was at least a little bit competent. We would have smoked Alpine in a slower car. That's a disgrace from Alpine.
No, absolutely. And I think I've been listening to some podcasts lately, like today, and they've all of a sudden been like, do you know what? Lando's had a good season. And it's like, where have you lot been? You
don't pay attention to the midfield. People are telling me that this season the new regs don't work and stuff like that. Yeah, bro, the midfield is close. I've never seen it like this in my entire life, but because people have an inherent bias to the front of the grid.
That's the thing. They just looked at it as Red Bull smashing it. Ferrari kind of teased a little bit, but Red Bull gone.
And then the Mercedes in the middle of no man's land. Podiums here and there. And then this is terrible, these regs. Bro, watch the race in midfield. These men are cooking.
Big up, is it Blake? Big up Blake, because he tweeted out, he's like, this whole... read the data and see what all the data is, and it's like, actually, he said, open your eyes, stop using your feelings, and open your eyes. Watch the racing. Do you know what I'm saying? I think he's from Late Breaking. I can't remember. What
Late Breaking. Yeah. Shouts to Engine Mode. I met him yesterday, man.
Shout out to Engine Mode. Yeah, met him yesterday. Didn't even clock it was him. Do you know why? I forgot he took off the beard.
Oh yeah, he shaves his beard, didn't it?
Because he said he was going to shave it. If Mercedes
like
won a race.
Different fella.
I see this Don. I see these glasses, and I'm thinking he looks familiar. Thought nothing of it. And because he was so chilled and cool, just chatting, I then realized, it's that bro. Okay, never mind. But yeah, it's not been a great season at all. But Scoop on Football says, I need to see Norris in a top car at this point. If McLaren cannot step up in 2023, Norris will get the step in. Hamilton won't be around forever, and Perez looks shaky at Red Bull.
Do you know the problem with the 2023 thing? Yeah, He knows the car's not cooking 2023. He knew the car was not cooking when he signed the contract.
When he signed the contract,
he's been saying it on multiple occasions. We're looking at 2024. We're looking at 2026. So this whole 2023 nonsense, that's not happening.
Yeah,
exactly. He's the second youngest driver on the grid. Yeah, and he's aware of the situation. Well, he'll be the third youngest driver now because Oscar Piastri, and we've got the youngest drivers lying up in F1. It might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. We don't know.
We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, 2023, listen, Scoop, we're gonna 2024. That's when it really kicks off.
Yeah. Actually, I just said we might not have no team leader. We don't have no team leader. Nando is the team leader de facto because it wasn't Daniel. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, it weren't Daniel. I was going to say, like, it weren't him. He says, big up McLaren for coming second in the Sky Sports Pit Stop Awards for 2022. Far cry from 2012 when bad operations single-handedly cost Hamilton the championship.
Do you know how physically sick when I think about that stuff? Do you know how shambolic we were from like 09 to 2020, 2024 operationally? We were Ferrari. We were Ferrari. Right? You know Ferrari right now. We were them.
Yeah, that's who we were. No, we were Alpine. That was Ferrari, dressed in Ferrari colors, if that makes sense. Because we had way more problems than Ferrari did.
We were shocking.
We were so bad.
Back then. And
what was my man? Whitmarsh.
It's glazed over because we used to win races and we were in title battles and stuff like that. Yeah. But we were absolutely shocking. I'd rather us work on everything now, so then when we do have the car,
I'm gonna. You know what? Like that. I'm gonna rewatch that 2012 season. I need to watch it back.
2012 is a fumble because we didn't win. We had the fastest car. I'm not even denying. I'm not even saying Red Bull had the fastest car. I'm not even going to do any PR right now.
Yeah,
we had the fastest car. We had the best driver lineup. We had Button, Hamilton. Yeah, there's no way in hell we should have won it by age for long gone. I remember even 2010 we had a good car. Hamilton was in the lead, was leading the championship, 6 races left.
And we had a friggin' world champion in Jenson Button who joined us. Do you know what I mean? Like 2010 as well. 2010, but mind you, Webber was outrageous though. I don't know how Webber didn't win. Well, Webber or Alonso didn't win the title that year. Vettel should have won the title that year though. 2010.
Remember 2013?
Yeah.
Webber was dead.
What was he?
That man had the fastest car by a mile. Yeah. Tell me why he finished third, Webber. He did what Perez did.
He did a Perez. Oh dear. Perez did a Webber.
Original OG Perez finished third in a race that you should be bloody second.
If only, bro. If only we could have said Charles Leclerc finished third in a 2-horse race. If only. Yeah. If only you could have tweeted that.
In Ross. It's never going to be seen the light of day, man.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. 20. What a race that was. Anyway, TSJ says strategy under safety car let us down twice, both in Britain and in Netherlands. Lando was ahead of Alonso, but we messed up on the decision on whether to pit under safety car and lose the position.
Yeah, these are lessons learned. TSJ. These are lessons learned. You got to do these things. You got to try these things out. I say overall over the season, TSJ has strategy been bad over the 23 races, whatever we had.
You can't say it has been. No, I wouldn't say so. Would you?
Britain, Silverstone. What the hell was Norris even doing there in the first place? I'm still baffled. I have no idea. Why he was up there swimming with the big boys.
Who was he talking to? Kwame yesterday said to me, bro, he'll swap Toto Wolff with Seidel. I said, what? He said he would do that right now. That's his agenda he's got on the cards. I don't know if you said it on your podcast or not, but
I've gone on a deep dive. And I'm listening to what Seidel's saying. I'm reading interviews in like Autosport and stuff like that. And what he's saying.
Yeah.
This guy knows what he's talking about.
He looks like a serious don. Don't get me wrong.
He knows what he's talking about in terms of what he's envisioning for the team. And I always look at, are they aware of what the weaknesses are, what the problems are, and is he aware of what needs to be done to resolve it in the long term? And he sounds like that guy that will know. It's like Zach Brown. He brings the money in. He's Billy bullshitter. You know what I mean? He's good. He's a nice guy. He gets the driver talent in and stuff like that. He does his job. Zach Brown is doing a very, very good job. But operationally, what Seidel's doing and what he's planning to do later on the line,
Yeah,
he looks like he knows what he's doing.
We'll have to
Toto's
wait to
Toto's
see.
a PR man. And do you know what I think as well? Toto hires very well. He hires the right people.
He
so then
does.
he doesn't need to do any of that stuff.
True. No, that's a very good point, actually. I think let's see how Seidel unfolds over the years. TSJ says, in terms of pace level, we improved every year from 18 to 21, but this year we were further away from the front than we had been in the last couple of years.
And that will always happen, because 2018 to 2021 is a recovery stage. You think about what happened in the end of 2017 and stuff, where we changed ownership hands. We kind of got Zach Brown and we started a new project, stuff like that. We're in much more mature regs as well, where that time can be found and we can make those improvements. I don't necessarily believe that we would have been better than Ferrari. If Ferrari, I'm telling you right now, if the 2019 engine thing does not happen, we are nowhere near Ferrari.
True.
When the reg started in 2017. Remember that little change?
Yeah.
And Ferrari was smashing it.
Yeah, they were.
From 2017, 2018, 2019. Then they got nuked 2019. Couldn't do nothing. So the best we would have got is fourth anyway. Racing Point had an actual physical copy of the Mercedes. How was we going to do that? And we still did it.
Yeah, I don't know how we did that.
So in terms of what you're saying, TSJ, in terms of like the pace gap between like us and the front runners and stuff like that, and us being further away now, we do not have the infrastructure to be up there. Look at the 4 teams that are in front of us. Yeah. New regs have been put into place. We have a wind tunnel in Germany.
This is it.
These men have a wind tunnel on their doorstep.
Yeah.
That's theirs.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It's
Alpine had more wind tunnel time than we did last season towards these new rigs.
For the last 3 seasons or so. Yeah.
There's so much factors that people are not taking into point of where reasoning of why we are where we are now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's disappointing that we lost that gap, that we closed that gap to the front runners and it's gone back a little bit. But it was inevitable because we do not have the infrastructure to do that. It's like certain man have got a pizza shop with a massive pizza oven and they're selling like hotcakes, and we've got a normal oven and we're trying to cook pizza. We do not have the structure there. We don't have the oven to be cooking.
I love it. Yeah, that's a very, very well put. Well flipping put. He goes on to say that the quote he was talking about was Lando was just joking.
Yeah, he's always sarcastic.
I was going to say he's very sarcastic. Mart says, you fam, you had me confused. It's not Tuesday. No, correct, guys. It's not Tuesday. We are doing 1 episode today, live on Monday, because your boy will be out of the country, with the wifey and whatnot.
Fly out Peter, that's what we're calling you.
Fly out Peter. Scoop on Football says, thoughts on Mick Schumacher and Donut Gate. Oh, man. They couldn't leave this man alone, could they?
You know why they did that?
I'm so sad for him. Like, let's be very clear. I disliked Michael Schumacher for a very long time when he was smoking everybody, right? But man, they did him dirty, man. When I see his son, I'm like, why are they doing this to him? Like, I feel sorry for the son. I'm not gonna lie. Go on,
bro. He's no longer a Haas employee, fam. It's like he's driving a rental. Don't be dunning out the tires. We need that car for next year. They're gonna be using that car next year.
No, but bro, what are they gonna do with those tires?
The tires? I don't know.
What are they doing with those
They're gonna
tires?
scrub them and use them in practice sessions.
Is it for tomorrow? Is it for tomorrow's whatever the thing is?
I don't know, man. But
that was just not cool. That was not cool. Haas is a howler. They're a howler. They are a howler of a team.
I had an argument about this on the pod. Like, people hate Gunther Steiner and they're saying these guys are horrible people, whatever. Do you know who I think the horrible person is? The guy that's put you into debt because he kept on binning the car. And you trust that guy to do donuts. You don't have car control. What are you all about?
Man, come on, man. Give them
has he proved that he's got car control to be doing up donuts?
Give the man a break.
I wouldn't give him my car in a Tesco car park.
In a Tesco car park. The Haas team are a farce. Let's be very clear. And Nico Hulkenberg and Magnussen next year, there's more entertainment. That's what I'll say.
They ain't got the money to be in the sport. Just sell your team to Andretti, man.
Yeah, to be fair, let's just call it
You
what
can't
it
be.
is.
Do you know who Hassan? Hassan, the guy in the club that they're at the table. They can't afford the bottles, so they've got a bottle from the Tesco's, and they've put it inside their pocket, and they're just pouring it into the glass in the club because they don't want to go to the bar. That's Haas. Haas, get out of F1, man. You can't afford to be here.
As TSJ says, love your analogies, man. They are A1. They are A1 today, boy. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
They're doing the sport the service, man. I literally need Skoda come through by them. Somebody
Skoda
get these men out of here, man.
What is a Skoda?
No, actually, you know what? They got the MoneyGram deal now, innit? So they said they could spend up to the cost cap. Was that 300 M's or something? Like that?
Well, MoneyGram, you know. MoneyGram, you know. Come on, let's turn it in. Nate says Norris is top 5-ish. Hamilton, Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, SV. Who am I saying?
Who's SV? Get out of here, man.
Oh,
what
Vettel.
are you talking about?
Sebastian Vettel, George Russell / Lando. Get Vettel out of here, man. First of all, let's get Vettel out.
Put his podium on the table right now. Not put him in top 5.
But tell Sebastian Vettel to put his
Bro,
podium
do you know how
on
much time
the
Sebastian
table.
Vettel went out in Q1 and you're putting him top 5? That's recency bias, man. Because the first half of this season, before he announced the retirement, he absolutely stunk.
He stunk the joint. Let's be very clear. Canadian Gringo says team dynamics at Red Bull seem to be on edge since Brazil when Max refused team orders to yield to Sergio. Multi 21. Was this what year was that? Was that 21? Sorry, was that 12 or was that 13?
It might have been 13, but he was getting cooked anyway. I can't remember now. All them years merged together, man. There was one year, I'm not gonna lie to you, end of 2013, I did not watch. I'm a fraud, guys.
It was
I
hard.
didn't watch the races at the end of 2013. I'm sorry.
It was a hard watch.
And I have no plans on watching those races.
Yeah, 2013 was tough when we had Perez and Button. Oh, it was tough. TSJ says I made the exact comment last stream comparing us in 2012 to Ferrari now. So like-minded people.
Yeah.
Canadian Gringo says, what's the Williams lineup for 23? Is it Sargent? Is that been confirmed? Yes, Sargent and Albon
confirmed today, 100%. You got the license.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for real.
I think Sargent might be that guy that's the new Latifi. He'll be back at the grid.
Oh, allow it, man. Don't say that.
Who's gonna be? There's gonna be a new Latifi, guys.
Listen?
Say in the chat right now, guys.
There is a team.
Who's gonna be off pace next season?
There's a team this season, by the way, that hasn't pulled up a tree and has done disgracefully by their standards this year. They could be in big trouble next season.
Who's that?
Who finished P9 in the constructors this season? Hazard a guess. Who finished P9 in the constructors this season?
Don't do my boy like this, man.
Hazard a guess. Who finished P9?
Tauri, but don't do my boy like this.
Friggin' Tauri, yeah? And who are their drivers next season? De Vries and Sonoda. But listen, we've got.
I know you're De Vries over Sonoda.
No, I just think De Vries might do better than Sonoda this year. Sonoda is vibes, and the thing is, we've got no Schumacher, we've got no Latifi, we've got no bums, basically on the grid, right? We've got no bums this year because even Joe held up his own in Alfa Romeo, right? With what it was, he held up his own, and they finished P6.
Did he?
Well, they finished P6 in the constructors
because a certain man got 49 points and the other guy got 5.
Yeah, but he still finished.
Nah, brother.
He still finished above Albon.
Bro. You know, have you ever seen that meme of the guy trying to help the guys put the thing on the truck and he's not even touching the thing and he's pretending to push it?
Bro,
that's cool, bro. Because
did you not
certain
see his
man
overtake?
Got 49 points and you got 5.
Did you not see his overtake yesterday when he dunked? Yeah, when he dunked on that Williams.
That's that still cool.
All right. That's what I'm saying.
Joe, and Yuka Tsunoda was in a slower car.
We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. There's no bums next year. That's all I'm saying.
There's no. So you think there's no bums on the grid?
I don't know. Maybe I don't think so. Who are you calling bum?
I think it's gonna be Joe.
Yeah.
And I think Alfa Romeo, aka Sauber, whatever, Audi's gonna be in their ear like, can you tank? We need more wind tunnel time.
Okay.
So the car's purposely going to be rubbish.
Mick Schumacher
aiming for 2024 because the Alfa Romeo contract runs out next season, and it becomes Audi in 2024. Even though they ain't put the engine in it, it becomes the Audi team. So they need as much wind time as possible.
Mick and Daniel Ricciardo, Alfa or whatever they're called, Sauber Audi Sauber 2026.
Daniel Ricciardo and Mick.
Get your predictions in there now. There'll be a video on it soon. There'll be a video by the end of the year.
Mick will be working in the Ferrari showroom in near Hyde Park.
Hold tight, Jay Starship, who says he's late. Listen, I know it's meant to be Tuesday. We know. However, you know what I'm saying? Business has to be.
Jay Starship. It's a she. Shout out to you.
Oh, sick. Big up yourself. Well, I never actually.
Apologies, Jay Starship.
Well, how did you meet her?
No, we spoke in the DM. She DM'd the account. Okay. Shout out to you.
Big up.
We're gonna get you on the show.
Yes, we have to. It's a must. But yeah, we are every Tuesday. Don't get it twisted. Every Tuesday after a race weekend. However, this weekend, Peter's flying away. I'm off tonight.
This guy's not. He's not embracing the cold of England anymore.
Nah, are you joking? Do you know I nearly got blown away? I was walking by the Emirates. Yeah. I'm walking by the Emirates, bro. I'm walking, and I just see, like, my bag is taking me somewhere. What? Where are you taking me, bro? Like, my bag just started leaving me on my back. Yeah. I said, that's not happening. Flight booked, bang, straight out of it.
Hey, you see how Peter's living? Man's booking flights same day, and he said, I'm out of it.
Yeah, Mark says down they did man dirty. He's talking about Mick Schumacher. They were wrong. They were just wrong. Just leave him.
Hey,
let him do his donut.
I don't have no forgiveness, man. Me and you running this agenda, bro. Don't slip.
Don't slip. Marks, everyone on the Henny has sneaking E&J.
Ian J from the newsagents, bruv. They got it in the trench jacket. They're pouring it in the cup with the ice. They're going to the bar. Can I have a glass of ice, please? Get Haas out of F1, man. These guys are broken.
They're not allowed to be here. No, they're not allowed to be here. That's for damn sure. But Scoop says in 2021, when Nick tried doing donuts, he flopped, and the race engineer said, "Practice makes perfect." So after the second year binning cars, that patience wore thin. So what, he binned it when he was? Don't tell me he flopped the thing last year. Oh, there's got to be footage of this. I'm going to find some footage.
Oh, no, run that, because all these people crying about him being told not to do donuts. If you messed it up.
Bro, come on, man. That's so deep. Nate says, bro, I said if you put them all on a decent card, they smoke Russell/Norris. I beg, read the thing. Be honest. Sebastian Vettel outperformed that Aston Martin. Really?
No.
Are you sure?
No, the last couple of races he was cooking.
Are you sure?
Last couple of races was cooking still. Even though Stroll was cooking.
Did he overperform? Did he outperform the Aston Martin?
Or did Stroll? Did Stroll?
Listen, Stroll, yeah. You know when they said who's here for vibes on Quick Stop last night? You have to understand, nobody knows when Stroll's contract ends. Do you know that? Go research.
Imagine you're a sports person. You have unlimited contract.
Bro,
nobody knows. Unknown.
Google this thing, yeah, because I was looking at driver lineups for the next couple of years. Boom, boom, boom. And on Stroll, no word of a lie, it says unknown. Every link I was looking at, it said unknown.
Stroll will put on the radio before the race. He'll be like, "Yeah, put Seb on the worst strategy."
This guy is like, you know what I'm saying? He lives on the Patreon, he lives on the Discord. He's there for that
dog in him. I'm sorry, guys.
He does. He's a savage Don. He's
quite young still. Stroll's a baby.
You wait, bro. He's gonna turn up one year, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, swear down, you."
Yeah, he's been in F1 since he was 18.
Getting podiums in that Williams. I swear he got a podium in the Williams.
Yeah, man, he's only 24.
You know what I'm saying? Asleep. Yeah, he's only 24. Scoop says, in the pantheon of McLaren drivers, at least since you guys have been watching, Where do you rank Norris? That is tough. That is tough. That is tough because obviously, in terms of since we've been watching, yeah. So what year? Where are we going? Coulthard, Hakkinen.
Yeah, let's say Coulthard.
Is that where it starts? Yeah, that's where it starts.
Yeah,
So
from
Coulthard,
when I've been watching, because I obviously Senna, Lauda, all these people I could say, but I didn't watch them because I'm not that old, guys.
Exactly. So
airline might be going, but I'm not that old.
Oh my god. So friggin' Hakkinen's up there in terms of the elite drivers. Hakkinen, Alonso, Lewis, Raikkonen. Are you throwing him in there?
Raikkonen's a McLaren legend. Are you insane?
But he didn't win the
That's
title.
my guy. Are you crazy? Do you know what? I hate that the Raikkonen and Hakkinen were teammates. It makes me sick. If we had Hakkinen, I would have been Coulthard in a second.
Oh, in a flash.
For Raikkonen,
especially when he's talking now. You hear how Coulthard's talking now, by the way. Man said if Sergio doesn't like it, he should jump ship. But where's he gonna go? Mad thing. He just set the bomb on him. I said,
Coulthard's on smoke. He's always been like that from day one. Even when he was a driver, he talks reckless.
Coulthard.
I don't know where it's like. Is it like a thing that people with massive heads always talk reckless?
He talks reckless. He's got a gigantic head as well. Whoa. But yeah, what's it called? Alonso
definitely, obviously. Okay, let's do this. So straight away, top five. Yeah, this is no order, guys. Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hakkinen.
Yeah.
Alonso.
Yeah. Raikkonen.
We put Montoya in top five.
I was about to ask you that. Does he go above Button?
No. Automatically, we just put Senna and Lauda.
Senna Lauda, that's the top five. Yeah?
Senna Lauda, Prost. So we're on 7 already.
Yeah.
Montoya's there.
But I'd argue
Montoya won races, B.
No. I'm saying I'd argue Lando could squeeze in front of him.
Lando ain't won races yet, man. You can't do
until he's winning.
Can't do that.
Okay.
Man.
All right, fine.
Montoya, he was that guy. You know,
that's so frustrating. He didn't win titles with us as well because
he was he had bozo gene, i.e., Canada 2005. He was a bozo, man.
You don't want to talk about that.
Man got black flagged. Got black flag.
This ain't good. Okay,
so do you know what?
Montoya's in there. Jenson Button.
Guys,
listen, if somebody said Norris is better than Button, you know I'm not even batting an eyelid. No emotion is changing in my body.
This is a difficult conversation because Jenson for a period of time was that guy.
Was he though? In
2009, he was that guy.
No, 2009 is a great example of the car was better than him. I'm sorry. I'm not feeling. I never felt
he was okay for us.
No, he wasn't bad, but he was never. I don't think he was like a risk taker. I don't feel like he pushed all the way to the limit. I never got that vibe from him. A bit like Webber. Webber had so much potential to be multiple champion, but he just did not have enough. There was not enough aggression whereby at all costs, I'm going to do everything I can to win the race or the title. Like, let's keep it a buck, yeah? Like Button, guess what? Button, you know, he won the title. He won the title when he could, and he won races at McLaren when he could. Don't get it twisted. But like I look at somebody like a Webber where I feel like Webber bottled it. Like he bottled it in his Red Bull time. 2010, go back and watch that season. 2010, he should have won the title.
That should have won the title. Season thing. I'm watching 2010. I'm watching 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013.
You got not 13. Forget 13. But yeah, I feel like he bottled it. But
even before that, even before he was at Braun in 2009, Button had moments.
I don't know, man. Like people talked about him, boom, boom, boom. But like, was it because he was British though?
He's top 10.
Was he really saying something?
I'm gonna get a list of McLaren drivers.
Was he really saying something? You know what I'm saying? But
we might have to go back in the old.
Listen, I'm sure this conversation is causing chaos in the.
They probably are. Chat. It probably is, and it's a conversation that needs to be had.
We need to have. We'll do a separate video. This
We'll
is
do
one
a
of those
actually, you know what?
this is
Over
a-
the
yeah,
off season,
yeah,
we're gonna do that.
over the off season, because it's one of those evergreen content videos. We'll hold that, yeah, studio settings and whatnot. We will do.
Yeah, we've got a studio.
Yeah. All right, wicked. Thank you. Who asked that question? Big up Scoop on Football. Thank you for giving us a video idea, because
Any man that say
this is
Colbert
one's
Lining,
dissect.
we're banning you from the show.
Bro, the AWS, what's it? The AWS thingy, whatever that garbage is, said that he was like top 10 fastest driver of all time in Formula One. I said, nah,
I'm saying
piss
that's
off.
Hamilton
what I-
ranked him up the rankings,
that's
bro.
That's what I got. That's what I got online, and I said, no, there's no way. I did a video on it. I said, there's no way. There's no way. Thank you for that video idea, though. I think Hulkenberg is the new Latifi next season. It will not surprise me if he is. It will not surprise me if he is. Put it that way. Look, Mahad, they've taken an L next season. Let's be very clear. I know
You're
the
not
idea
rating
of
Hulkenberg.
Hulkenberg. It's not that I'm not rating him. It's not even that I'm rating him. Hulkenberg to Haas does not make sense. It doesn't. It doesn't. I get it. Mick Schumacher cost this team millions, right? Millions. Him and even, you know, the lot, right? Grosjean back in the day, the lot. But I'm not being funny. It's not a good match. It's not a good match.
After they beefing each other.
Well, no, not even Magnussen. I'm not even talking about Magnussen. I'm just saying Haas and Hulkenberg. It doesn't make sense. The driver does not need that team, and the team doesn't need that driver. It's no match. Nobody's won in this situation. Maybe Hulkenberg because he's back in Formula One, right? After his drought. But nobody wins. I'm telling you, nobody wins in this situation. And it will not surprise me if they get rid of Hulkenberg at the end of this next season. Not surprise me one bit.
No, his contract length is unknown, guys. So we don't even.
And listen, and they'll go hell for leather on Daniel Ricciardo next summer.
When has Hulkenberg ever been slow though?
No, he's not slow. Do you think the car's good enough for him?
No, that's the problem. That's the question. That's the question. Right?
And that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like this job is not good for Hulkenberg. And and to be fair to Haas, I get they wanted experience, they wanted this, that, and the other, but you switched two drivers again. Like you just switched the pair for young bucks, and then you said,
what's better? Magnussen, Grosjean, or Magnussen, Hulkenberg?
I'll go Magnussen, Hulkenberg. Yeah,
all right.
that is better. No doubt, that is better. I can't sit here and lie. PB says I'm here, better late than never. You guys killing it this whole season. Big up. Hey, listen, man, we've been here the whole season, boy, and we're gonna keep continuing. Listen, just because the season's off, we'll take like a week break because obviously I'm gonna be away. I'm gonna be on holiday. And then we're going to come back here. More videos coming for your head top over the winter. So listen, you won't have to just keep quiet until March. It's not going to happen. We're going to have content out at least.
We're there.
We'll be there every single month anyway, at least. Mark says Pete ain't living at the same cost of living as the rest of us. Hey, listen.
I told you, fly out Pete's, man.
my pockets are hurting, bro. I'm telling you right now. Have we talked about McLaren yet? Go back to the beginning of the video. But also, as the show progresses on, we'll be talking about McLaren. Don't you worry. Seb did suffer bad strategy, to be fair.
Yeah,
listen, I won't. I won't say like he hasn't suffered. Of course, he definitely has suffered, no doubt about it. But you know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, in it, man started getting woke, yeah, and that performance started dying.
Why are you running with this? You said this on last lap. Man said the wokeness took the dog out of him.
I couldn't stand it. This idea of first of all, long hair Seb. You know what I'm saying? Re-race as one, Seb. Protect the water, the earth, global warming.
Bret Hart.
Listen, that's Bret Hart.
Hair,
I need Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't know Bret Hart. I need Shawn Michaels, this guy. He was the heartbreak kid when he was winning titles. Now he's not. You know what I'm saying? Now he's all lovely and playful. Nah, but that. Fighting for what? The European title. Not even the main thing. But yes, we're wrapping up anyway because we've got it's already 8. So I'm gonna be wrapping up very, very soon. Time went fast, man. Big up Daniel.
We'll give you the extra 6 minutes because we'll
yeah. Daniel Montero says if Piastri comes good, this McLaren lineup will terrorize the field in the next half decade.
That's why I'm saying that's the key right there. Is that we have the youngest driver lineup by a mile.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
absolutely,
if they gel and the car progresses and they naturally progress, because what happens is you get better and better as you get older, right? We saw this with Max, we saw this with Charles, we're seeing it with Russell now, stuff like that. You become a better driver with more experience, right? We've got young guys. I think
well,
Oscar's 21, 22, and I think Lando just turned 23.
Just turned 24, didn't he? Was it 23 or 24?
No, it's just turned 23. He was 22.
Okay. What a guy.
He's a baby. He's a baby. Like these guys, if the car cooks and they're growing whatever, and they're happy at McLaren, we're talking about maybe like a 5-year period of domination if they can.
Hey,
if they're good.
I'm
really interested to see what Piastri does tomorrow.
Don't gas me, bro. You see that Team LH hive, yeah? I need to be seeing that McLaren hive thick. You know them ones like in full effect.
Hey, listen, we're starting McLaren hive.
Remember
where the originators, yeah? When you start coming, when them man that say they ain't McLaren fans right now start saying they're McLaren fans like 5 years from now, which remember we were there at the beginning.
And you know what it is? They're gonna try to start wearing that Marlboro gear just to let man know, yeah, I was there from the beginning.
No, man come through with a West jacket. I'm like, hold on. You out here. You on the grind.
Bro, only Uzair, bro. He's the only one we could.
Uzair's a legend, man. Where's Uzair, man? Uzair, if you're watching this on a replay, you're an OG as well.
What a man! What a man! Jay Starship says, Coulthard shouldn't be talking. Not for real. He needs to just shut it. Big up, Che. Good to see you yesterday.
Shout out to Che, man. You're a legend.
Just hopped on. What's with the black funeral settings? What do you think? The MCL 36 needs to go. Yeah, it needs to go. It needs to go.
We buried the W13 yesterday. Today we buried
the W13, as Jay says. The death of W13. Nah, I'm too late too. Listen, it is what it is, man. It's time to put it to bed. Yeah, along with Danny Ricciardo, if he goes to Red Bull. It's just a rumor. It's not even confirmed. So it is what it is. We're going to wrap this up very soon. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video so far. Please smash a like button and subscribe to the channel at McLaren Fan TV as well on Twitter. Make sure you do follow us on there. Nathan says, hello, good brothers. Was told by a cast member Alonso who would finish ahead of
Ocon. That to Pit Stop Fracker.
Will he address the matter?
Go to Pit Stop Fracker.
This is Mo McLaren on here, bro. You need to go speak to Mahad on Pit Stop. Was it Jenson Button? It's like 2011, he said he was on Grease.
He was good, McLaren. Right?
Well, about time that tractor got buried. I think she's talking for both of us, both Mercedes and McLaren. Yeah, damn right. To be honest, I forget about Norris at times. Yeah, I mean, it's easy he gets no coverage. He gets no coverage, though.
He gets no like we said at the beginning of the stream, he's too fast for the midfield. And it's too slow to be catching with Red Bull, Ferrari, and Mercedes. Yeah. And if he's there, he's just like he's doing. Anybody out here that plays F1 Manager, sometimes he's just trying to get into their DRS and just stay there, and then drag you forward.
Let it drag you forward.
That's what you're doing.
I love it, man. You gotta love it. I said two people forgetting 2009. Braun didn't get upgraded that entire season because they were skint.
So explain to me why Button started getting packed by Barrichello towards the end of the season. What's that got to do with upgrades? I just defended Button. Then I had to Barrichello dealt with me towards the end.
Exactly. We've got to speak the facts, speak the truth. Webber bottled it in 2010. That Turkey Grand Prix cost him. I thought that was Vettel's fault, to be fair. And Vettel was moving on like he was moving mad.
That was Vettel's fault.
Huh? You're saying
that was Vettel's fault, that crash.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Scoop says, if we were going by logic, Montoya winning races for McLaren, then Coulthard would rank higher than both Lando and Montoya. Okay.
Coulthard's top 10.
Top 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was good. He was good.
There were certain races where Coulthard gave Mika the business.
It's just that Mika was so good. He was so bloody good in that time. Button did business for BAR, especially 04 and 06. Yeah, the BAR. I remember the BAR. What a time! What a time to be alive.
Yeah, he cooked with BAR. I swear he got a pole.
He did. No, he did. He did cook with BAR in that 06. I remember that 06 period. Yeah, he did. Button was driving for scrub teams early in his career, no?
Yeah, he was.
That is true. We're getting off-season content. You're damn right we are. You are all going to get as much content as we can provide. Let's be very clear. My top 5, excluding Senna, Lauda, Prost, is Hakkinen, Raikkonen, Norris, Alonso, Button. Where is Lewis? That's the first question that popped into my head. Where?
I'm here to tell you right now, Canadian Gringo, where is Lewis?
that's the only question I got for you. Haas is going to pull up and crash every race next season.
That would be insane.
Black flag return.
Gunter will be going into overdraft, bro.
He'll be losing it. I think if they do keep Hulk, it will just be a series of 1-year contracts, quite possibly. Quite possibly. I cannot confirm nor deny. However, it's okay. It's okay. I'll say that much. I would like more. Just saying.
Cost of living,
Cost of living, it's gone up. He's got the same contract as Saka. What's the matter with these guys, man?
What, Norris?
No, he's saying me. He's saying me. Because it came literally after.
Oh, you!
You lot are not serious, man. Marks, have you returned to pit stop since Brazil happened?
Yeah. Hey, let's talk about the moment that Marks walked into Quick Stop Live. He walked in like he was a ghost. I didn't even know this guy. He left the Quick Stop group chat, bro.
George Russell winning a Formula One Grand Prix. Marks could not handle it. He could not. I said he left the group chat.
He left the group chat.
That's when you know. 2024, we'll see what McLaren is really on. Listen, they got to be on. Otherwise, mate, that press.
Nathan, we'll ask what Gasly's on in 2024.
Oh, wow. Gasly. Although he looked good in that Alpine, I'm not going to lie, when he got all strapped in, I thought, this looks good. It looks good. I got one more in me. So one more year. Said, I hear you. Piastri might suffer year one. Sargent has been driving. He's to be Williams.
In the Williams, yeah. Piastri has been in Alpine. Yeah, he hasn't driven our car.
True.
And notoriously, the McLaren's hard to drive. But then this is really going to be the first 2022 version car that he's driven. So all that Alpine testing in the old car don't really matter.
No. True, yeah, that's true actually. Mark says, need to see Alonso get retired. Listen.
That ain't happening, man. He'll be here in 2024 when McLaren are good.
2026. He's looking at that Audi contract, but I'm telling you, he's got his eyes peeled, man. He's got his eyes peeled. Daniel Ricciardo bring a brand ambassador for the team he left is hilarious. Oh.
I think it's a smart move because if Perez fuck about, Perez starts like crashing into Max and that, Ricciardo's getting in that seat. I'll tell you right now.
This is it. No, this is it. TSJ, the last couple of comments. TSJ says, I've dominated the championship with McLaren on F1 Manager. Listen, lucky for some that can play F1 Manager, yeah? Some of us still can't even. Anyway.
Guys, on the channel, I will be doing F1 Manager content with McLaren. So
jeez. Hey, keep it peeled, man. Keep it peeled. Keep your eyes peeled, man. Going to continue the career until we have more championships than Ferrari. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of energy I need right there. This is an L.
You're gonna have to hold that.
Canadian Gringo, this is a massive L. Huh? So let's see. He's changed it up. Alonso gonna miss. Oh no, he didn't even change it.
I didn't even change it. Man. When we do our episode about the top 10, you come back.
Yeah, you better come back for that. It says Alonso gonna miss the McLaren golden years, just like he missed the Ferrari years. Like he's making an L in each move. Imagine if Alpine turned gangster.
What happens? I'm not gonna lie. On my F1 Manager, who's the top team?
No, you're lying.
Alpine's cooking, and they got K-Mag and Gasly, and they're cooking.
Wow. Nathan says McLaren gonna put Lando on that Inaki Williams Supermax.
A 10-year contract. Yeah, put him on a 10-year contract. Man.
Why not, bro?
Lando will love you, man. Get on that.
Big up Lando Norris. Why is man bringing up Gasly? We talking about McLaren, brother?
No, because I know you're the only person you're affiliated with is Gasly, so I'm gonna keep going at Gasly.
Okay, and finally, last comment here from Jan. Big up Jan. He says, "How sure are you Alonso will be dealt a proper car?"
I don't think he will, but
not in the Aston Martin, no.
But I'm not. I think him, and both the Strolls have the same mentality. Papa Stroll and Kid Stroll. It's gonna be fire.
Brilliant. It's gonna be fire next year. That's what we can definitely say. Well, people, that wraps up this week's episode, this season's episode.
The last race review, man.
The last race review. But guess what, guys? We will not be gone for long. I can assure you there'll be content going out throughout the winter, through these cold months, and into the testing when we get back into winter testing and previewing the season. So, yeah, man. I mean, Mahad, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure doing this with you. What a season it's been.
This is our first season, isn't it?
Our first season, man. What a season it's been.
Season 1 wrapped up, guys.
Yeah, season 1 wrapped up, and we'll be continuing on. This is the start of many many, many, many seasons. But we definitely need to get more people on for sure. Big up to everyone, J Starship, big up Marts. So y'all complain about the cold. We got a foot of snow in our first night. Listen, that's why we leave. This is why we leave the country. My dad is hilarious. He says, you know, people in the UK have summer in August, right? And then they leave to go get more sun. He says in the winter they're all here complaining it's cold. I'm like, look, Dad, we can't make logical situations out of illogical situations. It's as simple as that. But yes, that's gonna wrap up this season. We finished P5 in the constructors. Lando Norris P7 in the drivers' championship, as well as Danny Ricciardo. What did he actually finish in the end? Because I know he was level on points.
Tied with Vettel, man.
He tied with Vettel P11. Wow,
P11.
Not good.
Tied
Not good.
Points with Vettel, man.
That has been the season.
Get 50 points. Don't make me sick.
Goodbye, Daniel Ricciardo. Driver ratings out of 10 for the season.
For the season, okay.
Danny Rick, let's talk.
Norris is getting a 9.8.
Oh, 9.8.
He's getting a high score, man. This guy is unreal, man. I think this is the year that's impressed me the most. Everybody talks about last year. This is the year that impressed me the most.
It's true. No, it's
this
true.
Guy's been unreal. Daniel Ricciardo gets a solid. He was better than last season. Last season, I would give him a 2. I'd say he was a 5.
Whoa.
That's too high.
5.
I mean 4.5.
Yeah, 4 for me, man. Yeah, 4 for Danny Rick. I'm gonna go with an 8 for Lando Norris. 9 is too high. I'll go 8, but he has been impressive. He's been brilliant this season.
What more can he do? Win a race.
True. I mean, look, he definitely worked his nuts off. Let's be very clear, but I don't know, man.
Actually, 9.8 is too high. 9.8 is like he won the championship.
He nearly was. Yes, nearly a 10. He's 0.2 off a 10.
I'll give him a 9.
I don't know why Canadian Gringo is giving us these random people.
Yeah,
Joe, Bottas, move with this Verstappen. Get out of here. Jay, yes, it's still around. It is still around. I upload videos there every week. So yes, all the past McLaren Fan TV videos, they're there. So go have a butchers. Enjoy, leave a comment, and we'll get back to you on that as well. Norris 9, Ricciardo 5, says TSJ. Norris is a 7.5 out of 10. Danny Rick is a 3 out of 10, and that's fair dues, man. I think. And what about the team overall, in your opinion?
I'm gonna have to give it a 5 because one half of the team performed superbly, and then the other side of the team in terms, and that I'm talking about the team that was on the walls and stuff like that. I think they did really, really well. And then that I don't know what's going on in that factory. But hopefully, I'm behind you guys. Hopefully, we can get that worked out. That big problem with the brakes, man, that was an issue. But we're behind you guys, man.
Come on, McLaren. Let's do this, man. Let's do this next year, man. We'll be here every single Tuesday after a race weekend. 24 races next season, man. We're going to be here a lot. 3 out of 10 for Rick. 7 out of 10 for Norris, says Martz. And Canadian Gringo says 6 out of 10 for McLaren. J Starship says gettable out of 10.
Gosh.
It will be one to forget. 6 out of 10. Fixed porpoising quickly. Yeah, those brakes were our issue at the start, but pace is what's most important. Anyway, 100%. People, peace, everybody. Signing out of this podcast. We'll see you soon. Keep it locked. McLaren Fan TV on Twitter. Make sure you go check us out on there, and you can stay up to date with what's going on. Mahad, it's been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Peace, everybody.
Peace out, man. Peace.